6:03. Well, the finalists in the New Zealand Book Awards for Children and Young Adults have been announced this morning, along with the winner of the inaugural Māori Language Award. There was an embargo on this information, but that was lifted at 6 a.m. this morning. Now, the inaugural Māori Language Award has gone to Keri for her book. She doesn't want her whānau down home to know about it, so we're whispering. Hey, Fire, we're just whispering about it, are we?
Something like that.
Okay, then. And the book is Taka, Ro Wai, a moving and beautifully presented true story set in the North Island's East Coast community of Rangitukia, involving a horse, a pig, and the innate understanding of life between species. It's been written, obviously, in Te Reo Māori, and it's interspersed with exquisite illustrations. And when first-time author Keri Kaa first mentioned having a story that might be suitable for self-publication, there was no indication of what she actually had filed away in her office. Keri had worked on other writing projects before translating Katarina Mataira and Robin Kahukiwa's children's books from English to Māori, and she's also been a contributing writer on other projects, but at that time had never been the principal author. She is now, and she's on the line. So we'd like to talk a little bit about your book, please, Fire, Taka, Ro Wai. What prompted you into a story involving, as this suggests, a horse, a pig, and life between species, Keri?
Not me, but my brother Wikuki rang up because it was my birthday and wanted to know if anything exciting had happened in Rangitukia on my birthday. And I said, oh, yes, well, we had... So I told him the story of getting out of bed, looking through the window, and seeing what I thought was a large lump of rock, because the horse paddock had flooded. And I thought, that's a funny-looking rock, because it started to move. And then I realized that the mare had actually given birth, but she'd foolishly dropped her baby in the floodwaters. That's why it's called Taka, Ro Wai. It fell in the water. And that's why I gave the little pony that name. But I actually started working on books written by Patricia Grace and Robin Kahukiwa. And what I would do for Katarina was just kind of be the reader, scanning her stuff. And you learn a lot from seeing what other people have written and how they've written. But the thing that I always found frustrating was there was very little just done in te reo from the thoughts of a Māori mind, so that it remains tūturu to the people in the reo. And the language that I've used is actually the way we speak here, which is a little bit different to the way people speak in other places. Because someone asked me what the language was it Māori? And I said jokingly, it's called Rangitukia speak, the way we chat here. So that's caused great excitement here, and the response to the book has been phenomenal, particularly from my own whānau and hapu. I'm astounded at their reaction. They're very thrilled.
We all should be too, Keri. They don't know about the success that it, obviously the finalists for the awards have been noted, but you're the inaugural winner of this Māori language section. But your whānau at home don't know that yet.
Yeah, and nobody asked me, and nobody told me. I've been entered in other categories as well that I know about, which is quite inspiring and also very touching. That people thought it was good enough to compete against other people, because I didn't write it for competition. I wrote it for the children, for the mokopuna.
It's a reminder too, I've interviewed publishers before who said that the best writings come out of real life situations, and it's not like you've conjured up this situation in your head, it's you actually saw it, and so therefore you're able to write authoritatively about it, and in the reo of the rohe, which is inspiring in itself because it keeps alive that dialectal difference that is our reo, and also it's a tribute, I guess, to the way that communities relate to each other. And no, what, I'm not surprised that those close by you, Fire, are enjoying the fact that it's so down home.
Well, at the book launch, which we had at the marae just across the road from where I live, a lot of the elders came up to me as I discovered the perils of being a writer. You've got to sign books. Taka whati takuringa, scribbling furiously. And one of the men cousins came up and said that he knew lots of stories about pigs and the relationships on farms which form up. And he told me a very quick story about a farmer who got a pig dog and was putting it out to test it out in the paddock. And it charged at his pig. But the pig lived in the paddock with a stallion. And the stallion came running up to defend the pig. And they do. I don't know whether you've seen the stallion stamp, where they leap up in the air and they bang their hooves down, which is kind of a warning, get away from my friend and stuff. And he said the relationship in the book reminded him of that story, and he could tell me lots of animal stories. So I might actually talk with him and say to him, you should write those up because they happen all around us, and we just take everything for granted.
Well, I'd again like to congratulate you, and I think that your success inspires many, Fire. Also, my moko loves pigs, so there you go. You wouldn't think that it could have such universal appeal, but stories of pigs and piglets are still pretty popular among our children's books, and for grandparents like myself as well, quite often drawn to books that feature our little puaka. So I'm looking forward to some more interesting stories of Rangitukia. Have you got a few in mind, Fire?
I've got a few projects in mind, but one of the things I have to do is seriously consider the matter of doing an English version of the story, not a word-for-word translation, because there are some quite tapu things that I've written about that people from here would recognize as having a deeper meaning, and I don't want to explain those in English.
And so so I won't pry. But our English language people might, and don't be surprised if they make contact with you as well. Well, your secret is safe. Anyone listening today, I don't want you ringing up down home to Rangitukia and letting the beans out of the bag. Let our Fire do that. Congratulations to you, Fire Keri, and may there be many, many more puka puka and many more tributes for your wonderful contribution to Tau Māori. Thanks very much for talking with us today about your about this success with your book, Taka, Ro Wai. Appreciate your thoughts this morning, Fire. Thank you.
Yeah, and give my thanks to that team, to Martin and Tania and Brian, who took the photographs.
Oh, certainly.
It wasn't just me.
Kapai, whereabouts are you today, Fire?
I'm at home scribbling away at something else, fixing up some proofreading a long article.
Kapai, what are you looking at your window?
Mist and rain and wet washing.
Sounds like the title of a book. Thanks very much, Fire Keri.
Have a good day.
You too, Fire.